Welcome back, everybody. I hope everyone had a wonderful New Year and Christmas. And today I have a deck list for you that I found from winning a City League, and I really liked it. I was like, okay, hold on. This is a really fun card. I love building with this card, and I haven't played it with this version before. So what you might be wondering is going to be Hydreigon. Now, the original build that I found of this online did have like 3 Carmines and a Squawkabilly, and it was really just like, hey, we're going to go fast. We're going to go and try and get turn 2 Obsidian, and that's all we're trying to accomplish with this deck, which isn't a horrible plan. I mean, announcing turn 2 Obsidian does win you a lot of games just by doing that alone, but with the Carmines and the Squawk, you were throwing away so many resources that you really would lose steam if your opponent was able to really piece together one knockout. So I did change it up a little bit, and the sole function of this deck, obviously you want turn 2 Obsidian. It's very easy to get that through the power of Noctowls, getting able to get your combo pieces like Hilda and our A-Spec Neo Upper. And the best way to turn on Noctowl is with a basic Tera Pokemon. So we do use Teal Mask Ogerpon. We have 3 of them to best suit our needs for that Tera typing, as well as a backup attacker. This is a great attacker in like any grass weak matchups that our Hydreigon might fall short in. Obviously, Hydreigon's not going to be the best attacker into something like Mega Absol Box, because as soon as we punch into them, they can double Monkey Dory. Now, obsidianing away their Monkey Dories is whatever, but that's a whole different story. Our Teal Masks are going to be the main attackers there. Obviously, getting a Hydreigon up and rolling would not hurt. And we only have 4 Grass Energy, so attacking with Teal Mask isn't like a entire game plan, but it's an option, and it's a very good one at that. But otherwise, we're using things like Energy Switch, Hilda, Neo Upper, Rare Candies, all that combination. We're trying to go first, get Fan Rotom and a Deino down with a Dark Energy. Turn 2, we want E-Switch, Rare Candy, Hydreigon. I mean, Boss is sometimes nice, but most of the time we have to use our Hilda and just get that turn 2 Obsidian done that way. And it works really well. So I'll throw the full deck list up on screen here to try and shorten up the intro a little bit, and I'll see you guys in some games. Alright, jumping into our game here. We did win the coin flip, so we do get to choose first. Once again, we're trying to get those Deino down with a Dark Energy and our Fan Rotom. So we have those Noctowls online, which does look like it's going to be able to be accomplished here. So pretty much as I could have asked for from this opening hand. Hopefully our prizes aren't too terrible. We're going to grab our Tera here. Alright, we did prize double Hoothoot, so it is actually pretty awful. I'm not sure we're going to be able to get the combo off. We have Rare Candy. So I think actually Hilda, yeah, okay. Hilda E-Switch can get it done next turn. Can get the turn 2 Obsidian. So my opponent is going to need a very strong turn here. We do have a E-Switch, so really rough prizing here, but I think we'll be able to get it done anyway, which is pretty cool, I think. There could be Armor Box, in which case the Obsidian is not as effective, but I'm guessing this is going to be Ceruledge, just based off the active. Honestly, we don't even, like, we still want a Fan Rotom because we need our stuff, but we're just going to thin this out of the deck that way. So we'll go ahead, grab our 1 and 2, because we probably aren't getting Iono'd. And if we are, I mean, we have our Ultra Balls. Did we prize any Ultra Balls? We have all our Hildas, and we do have all our Ultra Balls. So we're fine grabbing 2 here, just to get them out of the deck again. So we'll go ahead, Teal Dance here. There's a Zweilous. Now, I did not check. I believe we do have our Air Balloon. I think I saw it in there. But we still need Hilda E-Switch. See, this is where it gets pretty awkward. Because if we evolve active, or if we attach active and they get the knockout, we're not obsidianing. if we attach to the bench and they don't get the knockout, through Soul Rock that is, then we're doing that. Well, I don't think... They don't ever play Air Balloon, so I think we're fine attaching active here. And so we have turn 2 Obsidian ready to go. And hopefully we can find some Hoothoots if we take some knockouts. But we'll see if we get there, because if they find knockout here, obviously plans are going to change. We see an Artisan come down for a Soul Rock, so it is going to be little Ceruledge accent. I don't know. I kept trying to say Charcadet, which it is Charcadet, but that's actually a really weak turn. So we do just win. That's pretty comfortable. I mean, you can't ask for more than that. We have Rare Candy in hand, so we just need E-Switch Hilda. Ooh, not Lilies. That would be bad. E-Switch Hilda. I think our Neo Upper was there. Grab, yep, Hydreigon Neo Upper. Rare Candy the active. Just go through the motions here. Hopefully we can get it done before our opponent hits that concede button, because that's pretty popular on TCG Live. There we go. Alright, game 1 under the belt. Let's head on over into game 2 here. Alright, jumping into game 2. We did lose the coin flip, so our opponent is going to get to choose. And I recognize that name. Is this the same person? This might be the same person, or it's someone that I recently played. They are going to choose first. Is this the guy? I played someone that was on Dragapult earlier today. And I feel like there's no way. There's no way, right? Okay, they choose first. Oh, no, it is the person we just played. Okay. I was going to say, I recognize that name. Okay, yeah, they learned from their mistakes. They're going to choose first to take it away from us, which is fine, because surprisingly, we were missing Fan Rotom here. We don't have a supporter or a Fan Rotom. We got kind of an abysmal opening hand. A little bit of punishment for that first game going so well, I guess. They do get the turn 1 Lunar Cycle off. Here's a Nest Ball. Get that Squawk. Yep, they're just going to cut through their deck, go flying, do their thing. Okay, Boss Turo. I don't hate seeing those hit the bin. A little Night Stretcher too. They do get a Charcadet down, so they're going to be going fast. Here's a Fighting Gong. So with Boss in the bin in a 1-card hand. So I doubt they're going to be gusting this turn. So we can actually commit this Neo Upper. Oh, that's actually really nice. Because, I mean, it wasn't the end of the world. We would just need a little bit of top deck help. Otherwise, we're going to full commit. We're going to say you don't have the Boss in your 1-card hand. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves a Teal Mask Ogerpon here, so that we have access to our Noctowls going into the following turn. And I don't need anything else on this bench as of right now, so we're going to go ahead and drop that third one in. Make sure we can get any combo we have, because if they have Boss KO on our Deino, it's pretty much wraps anyway. So, not necessarily wraps, because obviously a couple of Obsidians can get us back into it, but Ceruledge is just kind of awkward, being exactly 270. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. So their 1-card hand did have a Fighting Energy, which I don't love, because now if they have Boss, it's pretty bad. I was really hoping that their 1-card hand would be their supporter for turn, but they don't have any supporter for turn, so they're going to come up, take knockout. I did not prize check at all, so I need Rare Candy Vessel to announce Obsidian, which I think I'm going to do to take their Lunar Rock offline. Yeah. So here we'll go ahead, Noctowl. Yes, use Jewel Seeker. we'll get Rare Candy Vessel. And then with this other Noctowl, what should we do? Let's figure this out together. I want to get a second Deino down just in case they have the beans like that. We'll go ahead. We can get rid of this Ultra Ball in case we need that Zweilous later down. This will give us Teal Dance E-Switch. So I think I will... see what we Teal Dance into here. A Switch. So that's not going to do it for us. I think we'll grab a Nest Ball, or like a Poffin. Oh, he knocked it out. We could go Night Stretcher. Night Stretcher Lilies, I think, is going to be what we do here. And hope we get into it. That doesn't feel good. Just hoping we do. Actually, oh, how much are they at? They're at 7 in discard, so 14, 17, 170, 3-card hand. They're not going to have Lunar Rock. It's just Fez draw. I'm going to risk it. We're gonna go ahead and Obsidian. This is risky business. We'll take out both of them, so it's even harder for them to get back into this. All right. We took a little bit of a risk there, conserving our Noctowl. I really hope they can't find knockout on this Hydreigon here. That would be pretty bad. They have top deck plus Fez draw. Let's see. And a Lilies. That's not a research for a ton of energy. So I think we're fine. Unless they just have the absolute beans off this Lilies. But I doubt it. Because I'm taking that little early knockout. Which their deck is kind of designed to do. I mean, they are just kind of a prize race, go aggro type deck. That they only get 6 off the Lilies. So not being able to use it to full power. There we go. Abysmal for 190. Now, like I said, it's pretty rough that they have exactly 270. Because we don't play Monkey Dories in our list. But do they have any response to this knockout? I don't think they do. I think we can just keep holding the hand. Oddly enough. I think we're going to go ahead and do one of these, though. Cycle some energy. Just so we can start Teal Dancing. Maybe find that Night Stretcher so we can get another Hoothoot down without having to be too much of an investment. We don't, but we're not too rushed. And I'm also not too rushed to take a knockout because, or to Obsidian, because they don't have another Ceruledge down. So we'll just go ahead, Crashing Headbutt. Get rid of a boss. You'll love to see it. And that's pretty much game there. We have Noctowl for boss. And that 160 HP Squawk is just sitting there. So, once again, Obsidian. Just such a good attack. Being able to take the game by the reins. We'll see if we can find another match that isn't Mercutio here. I'm going to guess that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, they're just going to have to pass over. And we'll just go ahead and announce Obsidian. Take out their active. And that bench Charcadet. Alright. Ceruledge just having a rough time with the Hydreigon today. Alright, we'll get into the next game here. Actually, I'm going to check the timestamp. And maybe get into the next game. We'll see. Alright, we did lose the coin flip. I did wait a little bit just so we wouldn't be against the same guy again. They do choose first, unfortunately. But we have a pretty nice hand here. Double Poffin and Nest Ball is never something to complain about. Really, we only need the one Poffin, but like I said, I'm not going to complain. We'll see what we get you here. Hopefully it's not another It's another Ceruledge. Different guy, another Ceruledge. They chose first this time, so we'll see how this goes. Yeah, if they can get their stuff evolved right away, it's not the best. But as you guys saw, it is a pretty comfortable matchup, being able to Obsidian away their Lunatone and Solrock and do it so early on where they're not really able to respond. It is just going to be three Ceruledge games, I guess, because I'm running out of time to record here. Yeah, that's kind of funny that we just hit back-to-back Ceruledge. They're going to be moving through their energy pretty comfortably. Get 2 Charcadets down. Yep, they're doing their thing. Alright. And a big old Squawk, getting rid of Jet Turo. Once again, we love seeing that Turo go away. That way, if we punch into their active, they can't get that out of play. And that Squawk is always there. They're going to pre-bench the Fez here. So, I'm not sure what they're afraid of. Unless they know the sauce. They might know about the Teal Mask. And they're afraid of getting knocked out that way. But we'll see. We'll go ahead and get squad down here. All Hoothoots are there. We are missing a Hydreigon and a Noctowl. Hydreigon, Noctowl, 2 Ogerpons. Okay, a lot of Pokemon missing, which isn't the best. Do we have our Neo Upper? We do. We have our Neo Upper. Got some E-switches. Okay. We can make do. Hopefully they don't have Boss KO. Honestly, I'm not afraid of getting disrupted here. So I think I'm going to hold this Nest Ball to get ourselves that Ogerpon next turn. Here, I almost don't hate just loading up. Do that. Bench spots will be Hoot. Can get this other Poffin out and then have double Noctowl. I'll be very surprised if they do have disruption, but we do have to leave a bench spot for our Teal Mask, because if they don't take a knockout, they probably will, but if they don't, we're going to be in an awful spot. So we'll just go ahead, grab one Hoot there. We'll go ahead, Hilda. Get that. Get the Dark for our attachment to our benched Deino. And we are on track to getting turn 2 Obsidian. So hopefully there's no Boss KO on our Deino, but I would rather have Boss KO on Deino than Boss KO for 2 prizes. Well, I probably could have put the Ogerpon down there, honestly, because Boss KO on this Deino means there's no Obsidian, which is really bad. Okay, Carmine, that's not Boss. But they did have 2 Boss, so they totally could have if they wanted to. I guess we'll just have to see if they're able to hit that 330 on their next turn. If they can, that's not good, but it is what it is. We're going to have to start setting up that second Deino. We don't play any Iono either, so it's not like we're going to be disrupting them. Our disruption is just going to come in the fact that we're getting rid of their Solrock and Lunatone. And with 2 Nest Balls and an Ultra Ball in the bin, I almost don't hate just getting rid of that second Charcadet. That is always an option. They already have a 7-card hand. They're going to have Squawk. They're hitting for 150 right now. So they need a lot. I think we'll get rid of the Lunarock here. We're fine with them having second Charcadet. So let's do this right. Let's make sure we get the Teal Mask down before. So yeah, Rare Candy Hilda E-Switch is what we need. Rare Candy Hilda. So 1 Noctowl is going to do the job for us here, which is pretty nice. And I'm fine Night Stretching for that Deino in case they are able to find the knockout. So we'll go ahead, Jewel Seeker here for Hilda, Rare Candy. Hilda for, oh, I totally forgot that we grabbed the Hydreigon last turn, and we did prize one. So hopefully we draw into said prize off the 2 we're going to take here. Otherwise things are going to get a little bit gross. They are down, was it 2 or 3 Boss? 2 Boss. So they might not be taking knockout on our Ogerpon, but if they are, it's like, okay, whatever. It's not awesome, but it is what it is. I probably should have taken the Charcadet there, but needing to find the Hydreigon off the prizes is pretty important, and we did not, because that one Night Stretcher is our only form of recovery. There was actually no recovery. I think I mentioned that earlier. There was no recovery in the original deck. So they are going to evolve here. Ultra Ball. Yeah, we definitely should have taken out the other Charcadet just to prevent it from growing up, because they're going to be seeing a lot of cards anyway. Here's a Lunatone. If they get Lunarock online, I mean, then it's really really obvious which we should have gotten rid of. Blowtorch. Oh no, the spice. Okay, so our Neo Upper is gone, so we are just announcing Crashing Headbutt for the rest of this game. Yeah, okay. I don't think they're going to get to 15. Well, they did get the Lunar Rock back. Lunar Cycle. If they can get Knockout, that's really, really bad, because we were not able to find our Hydreigon off the prizes. Here's an Ultra Ball, getting rid of 2 more. They're getting close. Oh boy, this is scary. And they still have Fez, I believe. They didn't flip, right? Yeah, they did not flip. Oof. We'll see if they can get there. They're just shy right now. 3 more energy. Because yeah, if they can, the game's gone. They're going to Legacy, which also isn't great. The Blowtorch means we're not going to be taking 2 prizes between Blowtorch and Legacy. So we get 1 prize. Actually, we can get Boss. We'll evolve here. It feels bad. But I think we have to Boss KO the Squawk, just because we need to find Hydreigon off the prizes. 6 and 4. Oh, it feels awful, but I think we have to. Yeah, here we go. We'll get the boss's orders here. And what else are we thinking? What else is in the deck? 1 Hoothoot with a prized Noctowl, right? Yeah. So we'll grab Area 0 here, because then we can get that other Hoothoot down. Because we might draw the other Noctowl off the prizes as well. This is just a really bad situation to be in. I'm not gonna paint a picture. The original list had 3. We're fine putting this Fez down, because then we can get rid of double Noctowl. And we'll attach to the Zweilous here. Go ahead, Crashing Headbutt. Please, 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 please. There's 2 more energy for them. We need Hydreigon. And we get it. We get Hydreigon Noctowl. That's probably the best combination of cards we could have gotten. So we're not out of this game yet. In fact, that might have just kept us in it, because now we can get that Rare Candy. Actually, we don't even need Rare Candy. Now we just need to get an energy onto this Hydreigon, and we're going to be Crashing Headbutting again. Now, in the event that they respond Knockout, it's pretty rough. That Legacy energy is going to put in quite a bit of work for them here. I mean, surely they get there, right? I mean, they got to be stretching thin on energy. They probably have just 1 more. They might have 1 energy prized, and that could be the whole difference. Like, because how much do they typically run? I feel like it was 6 and 8, right? 6, 8, 2, 1 with the Jets and stuff. Here's a Lunar Cycle. So they do get there. They're at that 15 mark. Here's a Super Rod. Deck out is also an option with Crashing Headbutt. Yeah, they have to put energy back here to not deck out from Crashing Headbutt. So that's pretty nice. Little Ultra Ball, fail it, okay. So they do have Knockout on active. We only play one boss, so we can't like boss that other this guy. We need to take a prize this turn, otherwise we could get briared. What do we got going on? Yeah, we're definitely coming up with Zweilous here and going for a crashing headbutt. A little mill action. I did not expect this. I'm gonna be honest. So that's pretty cool. We'll go ahead. We'll see some cards before we make any decisions. We have an attachment, so we can Teal Dance here. Ultra Ball. What are we looking to do? So now they need 3 energy. They put a bunch back. How many Ultra Balls do they have left? They are out of Ultra Balls. That's huge. So they probably have 1 more Vessel left. As long as this Crashing Headbutt doesn't hit double energy, I think we're fine. So we'll go ahead and get that ready. Drop in this Hilda just so we can get some more cards out. What wins us the game? I don't like that we're running so low on resources. Like, we're in such a commanding position, but if they can get the knockout here, then it all goes downhill. We do have enough grass that we could announce Myriad Leaf Shower, but we don't have any boss, so oh, this is so scary. Yeah, I'm not afraid of getting Iono'd. We're just gonna have to Crashing Headbutt and hope. We'll see what we get. It is 2 energy. Oh no. Legacy procs, so we don't get our 2 prizes. Okay. They promote here. So now it's an attach and a lunar cycle away from a very sad day. Because they do have the 1 shot here. Here's a PAL pad, so they might not... I mean, they have Fez Draw. I think they would have guaranteed it. They grab bosses. Here's a Night Stretcher for a fire. I think they're afraid of Deck Out, which they have Knockout, so that should not be their concern. They evolved there. I mean, I guess they don't realize we don't have anything. And there's Abyssal Flames for the knockout. Perfect math. They got that much left. And I think that's going to be game, unfortunately. I don't think we can take our final prize here. I'm not sure there is anything for us. We'll go ahead, see what cards we can see. Huh. Yeah, here's a Nest Ball. I think we're out of options. They're going to be able to take their last prize. We ran out of resources. Oh no. We'll go ahead and get this guy. Yeah, I think we'll play it out. We'll say Myriad Leaf Shower and let it be done. But unfortunate. Yeah. Yes, we'll use Jewel Seeker. We'll go ahead and grab Vessel Air Balloon. Doesn't matter. Just playing it out. Grab all that. One more boss and we would have been there, but we don't play it. So we'll just punch into them, pass the turn over, and they will announce Abyssal Flames for the knockout. So, I mean, we got put into a really awkward position. The Legacy Energy did work out for them. And we just ran out of resources at the end of the day. So we did get to showcase the deck, granted against 3 Ceruledges. But yeah, that's the Hydreigon list, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.